I'm Master Mike Dunchuk. I'm here today at Ancient Arts Dojang in Irvine, California. Today I'm going to be talking about a philosophical concept as it relates to martial arts, specifically the 4 Buddhist elements and how they relate to combat. Now there are 2 systems of elements in the Orient. One of them is native and the other is imported. The native one comes from Taoism and is a 5-element system, but that's not the one we're going to be talking about today. Today we're going to be talking about the Buddhist system. And because Buddhism came from India, this system of elements is actually what we call Indo-European, meaning that it's shared by the same elemental system as the ancient Greeks, or anywhere that the Indo-European peoples traveled and migrated. This is the familiar system that you may know as earth, air, fire, and water. All right, so we were talking about the different phases of the elements and how they relate to fighting attitudes and how we can kind of derive a rock, paper, scissors for how to handle or react to the energy that your opponents present. So if we classify them according to the elements, different fighting styles have a character. For example, as I was saying, if we take fire as an attitude, well, the fiery opponent is spending energy, he's aggressive, he's committing to his strikes. There's a fury behind what he does, and it's kind of relentless, and it's driving forward at you. Different types of, well, hard martial arts, karate, Muay Thai, Southern style Kung Fu, anything that comes out with a fierceness and a ferocity, we could classify as a fire style. Then, this is air. Air styles would be anything that obviously is very light on its feet, graceful, jumping kicks, acrobatic, taekwondo, capoeira, all these things can present in an airy way. Something earthy might be any type of grappling or wrestling, anything where the opponent lowers their center of gravity, or also just very heavy people who aren't terribly mobile. And then water, a water type style or presentation could be, well, Tai Chi or Aikido, or of course Hapkido. We were talking in the other video about Yo Wan Hua, and Yo Wan Hua is literally describing watery movement. So the thing about all those 4 styles or attitudes or energies or just presentations is that their weakness is the one that follows next in the cycle. So what does it mean that water defeats fire? Well, the person who's giving you their energy, who's committing with forceful strikes, flurries that are coming at you, that's when the flowing watery movement of Hapkido best shines. Because you can redirect their attacks, you can receive that energy and send it on its way. But on the other hand, that fiery aggression is best used against the dancing capoeirista or the taekwondo fighter who's moving around and requiring too much on spinning and so forth. You get in close, you light them up. Literally, that's fiery, right? The air person, on the other hand, the person who is light on his feet, jumping, they're best against that immobile, heavy person, that grappler, that rooted person who doesn't have a lot of mobility. You move around and light them up with kicks because they're stuck in place. And then ultimately, in turn, that solid immovability is best against the flowing Hapkido or Taiji style practitioner, because if you do not give a Hapkido energy, they cannot perform their locks. And as I'm a Hapkido person, you know this, that if you're trying to do a lock on a person who is just holding still, they're trying to hold themselves still, you cannot apply the lock. You cannot lock a person who is just trying to hold still. It doesn't work. To make Hapkido work, they have to be trying to do something to you. They have to be pushing you. They have to be striking you. They have to be trying to move you using their own energy, because you can recycle that energy against them with the principle of Yo Wan Hua. You ever want to stop a Hapkido technique from working? Just hold still. Don't try to hold your opponent. Just try to hold yourself still. And the Hapkido guy can't do a joint lock on you. So, knowing the attitude and having an accurate read on what your opponent is presenting can let you use the right, or I should say the correct energy against them that defeats them, the element that will specifically address the weakness of the fighting posture attitude that they're presenting you with. It all flows like so.